It's day 2 of the 12 days of Christmas. If you're passionate about quilting and bag making, you're in for a treat with today's offerings. We're excited to share pressing tools that will enhance your accuracy and precision when piecing. Plus, we've got 2 excellent resources that will take your bag making skills to the next level. And as always, we've thrown in a few fun items to add joy to your days. Check them out.
Let me tell you about wool felted mats and why they're important to quilters. The Gypsy Quilter wool felted mats that we have are 100% New Zealand wool. And why are they so great? Well, when you press your blocks and your seams on a wool felted mat, the heat comes from the top with your iron and it goes into the wool underneath your fabric, and it's like pressing from both sides. And the same holds true with steam. When you use steam, it's like steaming and pressing from both sides of your fabric. And it just gives you a crisper and flatter seam. It'll make your quilting and your piecing more precise. From the Gypsy Quilter, we have 3 different sizes. First, the 17 by 17 square. Then there's the 17 by 24. And you see in my sewing room all the time, I have the 22 by 59. It is beautiful. I never have to move my mat around or my fabric, and I can press yardage on there. We also have today from Mountain Mist, the 2-in-1 wool mat. It's 90% wool and 10% polyester. Wanted to show you a little demo. Another reason that wool mats are really nice. When you press, your blocks won't slide around. The wool helps to hold them down. So what's special about the 2-in-1? Well, I'm at home. I can use the 18 by 24 surface and it's no problem because I'm not moving it around. But if you have a trailer or you travel or you're going to a retreat or a class, you can pop the middle out and just take your 13.5 by 13.5 square to your class, less to carry around. Then when you get home, you just pop it back in and you're back to your 18 by 24. Woolly felted mats are just one of those things that quilters can use to make their quilting more accurate. Let's play a word game. I say Sally Tomato. You say purses and bags. And normally you'd be right, but not this time. For today's demo, Sally Tomato has come out with a great vintage sewing machine block toy. Now I had 2 boys and I had them in the 90s. So we had block toys everywhere. Pirates of the Caribbean, Star Wars, cars, trucks, anything you can imagine. Have you ever stepped on a block on your kitchen floor? Then you know what I'm talking about. Let's look what's inside the bag. So you get the bag like this. This is all the pieces you need to make your vintage sewing machine. You get all your little pieces in the bag, plus a visual instruction sheet. But that's not all. If you scan the QR code on the outside of the bag, you get full instructions, full digital instructions. There are 250 plus pieces to build your vintage sewing machine. Now, if you don't want to build it yourself, get one of your kids or your grandkids to help you. You'll have a great little decorative item for your sewing room. This is great for yourself or for gifts. Now, I'm going to go build this and I'll come back and show you what it's like when it's done. And here's my finished block sewing machine. There were more than 250 parts to build the sewing machine. I found it easiest to open the instructions on my iPad so that I could make the images bigger and see the size of the pieces better. I'm going to have one of my kids take this apart and glue it together as they build it again. I didn't even realize till I was done that it has moving parts. That's really neat. I hope you enjoy the Sally Tomato block sewing machine. Here are some fun transfer stickers with sewing machines. I had so much fun deciding where I was going to put them. They are great for your sewing machine, water bottle, a laptop case, phone cases, books, or any surface that's non-porous. We have them for you in 6-packs, or you can order them individually. We'll just randomly pick you one. Let me show you some of the things I did with the stickers. I put them on my water bottles. I chose the color that I like best for each bottle. I also had fun putting it on a notebook. What a great little gift. Let me show you how quick and easy it is to put one of these on something that you love. All you do is peel the white paper, peel it off of the white paper, place it down carefully, nice and square. This is going on my laptop. Take a Lori's gift card if you have one, or a credit card, and give it a good rub. I pay particular attention to anything sticking out on the side. Rub it down, and then simply peel that plastic off the top. That's how easy it is. For all the stickers I put on, I didn't have trouble with anything. Isn't that pretty? I'm gonna love my laptop every time I open it up. So go ahead and order either packs of 6, or we'll randomly choose you individual ones. This is the Sally Tomato handbag pressing station, a game changer for bag and purse makers. Good pressing just makes your bags look more professional. When you're working with a bag and you need to press a seam, it's really hard to press the seam because you're squishing the other side. And that's where the handbag system comes into play. Let me tell you about it. It's raw hardwood, 4 different surfaces. You'll put it together in about 5 minutes. It's really easy. These are interchangeable, so I could switch up which board I have with which board. The 2 large surfaces are slightly different. This one has a really sharp edge, and that's going to add shape and definition to our bags. And then the curved edge one is great for pressing seams open. We're going to use the smaller surfaces for gussets, small bags, and small spaces. It's not just good for bag making though too. I'm going to show you something really neat at the end, but let me show you how it works for bag making. I don't have a bag unmade, so these are already constructed, but you'll get an idea of where I would use it. To press this side seam once my bag is sewn together, I would have to squish my bag, and I'm not going to get a really nice seam. But when I put it over top of my Sally Tomato handbag pressing station, look how nicely I can press that. And if I was working from the inside, so I wouldn't press vinyl at all, I could work this around, use my seam roller, and really get that bottom seam much nicer than it is. You would simply work it to the edge, use your seam roller, and you could really flatten it out. When I made this bag, boy, I wish I would have had that. These seams here would have been so much nicer had they been pressed flatter. So look how easy it is just to slide it on top, and I could easily press that. And same thing with those corners. Now those corners I'd like to be rounded, so I'm going to move to the rounded edge. But I would just work my bag to that rounded corner, and then use my seam roller or my iron if I was using cotton, and just get more beautiful seams. And it just makes a difference on your bags. But maybe you don't make big handbags. Have you made the Mav bag? For me, the only thing about the Mav bag that's difficult is getting these corners nice and rounded. But with the Sally Tomato pressing system, look at that. That corner's right there. All I need to do is work that vinyl with my fingers and I can get a nice round corner. And I can even turn it and press this gusset nice and flat. Have you made an itty bitty bowler bag? The itty bitty bowler bag really could use some definition on that bottom corner. So I'm gonna grab my sharp edged station, work my bitty bowler bag over there and press it with my mini iron and just keep moving it. Then when I want to do the end, I can slide it over my smallest arm and get a nice flat seam on that corner. Have you done the bitty box? How are you ever going to press this thing? This seam needs a good press. Well, look at this. I can put my bitty box over the pressing arm and I can press that flat and I can work that into a nice sharp corner. If you're working with boxes and fabric containers that need a rounded corner, you'd use the large system with a rounded edge. Work it on there and then just smooth those edges out. And look how nice it would press the side seam. I am really excited to use the Sally Tomato pressing system when I do my treasured threads embellishment. So one of the things I want to do when I embellish my jeans is to put a cuff on the bottom. And I was thinking, how am I ever going to do that? First of all, I can't press it flat because the seams aren't on the side. But look at this with the pressing system. I can put the leg of my jeans right over the pressing system and work on a flat surface all the way around with no bulk squishing underneath. And I want to do a cuff on my jacket. Same thing works with the cuff. How am I going to work with that? It's not a flat surface. And I'm new to embellishing. I need all the help I can get. So I can put my cuff over top and be able to work on a flat surface all the way around. This is really going to help me when I'm learning to embellish on my jean jacket and my jeans. The Sally Tomato handbag pressing station is a step up, a level up for purse makers and bag makers, but it's also useful in your home.
Let me introduce you to a field guide in making bags by Jess Barrera, who is the creator and the owner of Sally Tomato. You might know Sally Tomato bag patterns as we carry most of them in the store. A Field Guide to Making Bags is a book on how to make home sewn bags on a domestic machine that look professional. And it's a skill building book. It is a reference book filled with so much valuable information, and not just for beginner bag makers, but seasoned bag makers as well. It's divided into 3 sections. The first section is bag basics. So you're going to learn about the types of bags, fabric and interfacing, hardware. There are tutorials on the hardware, how to install them. You'll learn about zippers and all the different notions that you can purchase for bag making, what they are, and how they work. The second part of the book is about key skills. It's the parts of the bag. She talks about structure and shaping, and then goes over closures, straps, pockets, and handles, everything that you could need to know. The last part of the book, the third section, are 5 skill building projects. You'll start with a simple zippered pouch, then move to a fold over crossbody bag that includes everything you learned in the zippered pouch, and then adds a little skill. The third project is a beginner tote. And then you'll move to a hobo bag, which adds more skill. And the final project is a beautiful handbag
where you can tie everything you've learned together. If you're a new purser bag maker, this is an excellent reference for everything you need to know for bag making. If you want to learn how to make bags, this skill builder book will be excellent for you.
Whether you're a beginner bag maker or quilter, or an experienced one, today is your day. Wool mats and quilters clappers will improve accuracy and detail of your quilting and bag making. Plus, the Sally Tomato pressing station and the field guide to bag making will help you refine your skills and expand your skill set. If you haven't watched the intro video, make sure you do. You'll get all the information on shipping. Don't forget, watch for my bloopers and record them on the downloadable sheet. Plus, make sure to add the free pattern step to your cart today and go through the checkout process to get your savings. The sale is only on for 23 hours for day 2 of the 12 days of Christmas. I will see you tomorrow.